All right, welcome to the lunchtime video. We're going to try something a little bit different than kind of what I would have liked to do. We're going to be doing the exercise for multipath, just because I think I never got it working last time because my topology was a bit too complicated for it. So I just want to see what it looks like when it works. I want to do all the verification steps, and I want the concept to be more clear in my mind. Because of course the channel, it's about concepts, not necessarily commands. So it doesn't matter that much that I can just put on the command multipath and create the policy that load balances it per packet and applies it to the routing options forwarding engine. It doesn't really matter that I know that configuration. What matters is that I know why I need to apply it. I know when I need to apply it. That is going to be much more important for me to know. So I'm just stripping down my lab now from what I had before, because we're going to just keep it as simple as possible and stick to the topology and documentation that I found with my helper. I think I'm going to rename that script to be called treasure trove. So I can say that I found it in the treasure trove. That script, the nature of that script is going to change too. It's not going to be about finding configuration. It's going to be about giving me a treasure trove of commands I can use to find more information. So it's not about finding a particular command, it's about finding all commands that have the potential to be useful. Okay, so through that script, and of course it wasn't renamed, it was still helper when I ran it, but in the treasure trove, I can start to use that language right now, we have found a script here. Now, unfortunately, the topology is a GIF or a GIF, however you'd like to pronounce it. And without looking at that GIF, we can't tell what the topology is because they didn't give us router A, B, and C. So that's a bit of a problem, but just now, for the sake of learning it, I'm going to be opening up this GIF. Now, the other thing I forgot to mention is this is I am now violating my rule of one topic a day, unfortunately, but I'm planning for this to only take a half an hour and then to start a new topic in the second half an hour of my lunch break and then finish it after work. So I will still be able to do my one topic a day pace. It'll just be a little bit slower, and then I will not have finished a topic yesterday, but I will just finish right away the next day. So we're going to do 0 to 0. We're going to do 1 to 1. Oh, and I'm watching my old video, so I'll turn that off. Yeah, sometimes I go back and rewatch the videos. The last one I thought was pretty good because I didn't understand the concept of loop prevention in BGP by way of keeping track of the AS path. So the AS is that it transversed through, and then when it sees its own in that path, it will not accept the route. I didn't understand that fully. So last video, even though it's 3 hours, I think is a really good video because I go through and I completely understand that through that video. Let's do the convention that I've used in other ones. Let's do the facing left, facing right. Now it's going to be a little bit different here, but we'll do facing left is 0, facing right is 1, and here we'll do up and down. So facing left is 0, facing up is 0, facing down is 1, facing left is 0. Oops. Yep, so this will be 1 to 0. Okay, and now so up is 0, down is 1. So here's up. So oh well, it can't be 0. God damn it. Okay, well let's just keep it as simple as possible. So we're gonna do 0 to 0 here, 1 to 1 here. Okay, and then 1 to 0 here. Perfect. Okay. And unfortunately, I ordered Mexican food, so I will need to take a quick break here. I'm hoping it won't take super long. Knowing Mexican food, it should just go right through, and I'll be back here in a few minutes. Oh, but I will need to pause the video so that the subject matter of this channel remains purely about technical matters and not about the okay, so pausing it, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So I still have the goal of trying to finish this up by 12:30. I will, let me check something too, because I said I'd be willing to be flexible about something. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so yep, everything is perfect, except that I only have 16 minutes to finish this lab. Hopefully that's enough. So let's go and blank out all the configs and then configure everything that I can see here. And then we should be able to just, yeah, so the requirements are listed. We're gonna need to configure the interfaces, configure IBGP. Oh no, configure an interior gateway protocol. We'll use ISIS. We're gonna need, we're just gonna need it here. And then we need a export policy. And then we need this. Yeah, they're really not giving us a lot of extra details. But that's okay because they're just expecting a higher level of expertise, which if I don't have now, I will need to have for the exam. Okay, so hopefully everything is good to go. I ordered horchata, but I got hibiscus. No good, man. I wish I had horchata. Everything else is really good though, and the hibiscus is decent too, but it's not horchata. Horchata. The H is silent. It is far from horchata, I'll tell you that. And I did put horchata because they had horchata, hibiscus, and then another one, and I said horchata in the comments. I did not get horchata. All right. Let's see here. So let's keep focused. Never mind the fact that every horchata you get is a little bit different, and I'm on a quest to find the best horchata, and my quest has been lengthened by receiving hibiscus instead of horchata this time around. Never mind that. Let's continue working on this exam. So let's see here. We've got oh, yep. Okay, so we've got everything configured. So let's configure the other side. Yep, and let's change the host names. Yep, and then R2 and R3. Perfect. Okay. All right, so we've got host name is, we're not going to have it be B, we're going to have it be R2. Perfect. Okay, and then we just need this. Very nice. Okay, now set interface G.0 description to R1 family INET address 10.1.2/30. Oops, it's going to be .1 for the BGP neighbor. It's going to be .2. Okay. I feel like being lazy and just doing OSPF because there's fewer commands, but let's not do that. That's no fun. Being lazy is no fun. Being time efficient is very fun though, and I am running out of time. Let's be time efficient instead of lazy. The hell? I have never seen that. Well, so much for being time efficient. But at least it's not my fault. Okay, so that's going to be 6 minutes. But we can work on router 3 in the meantime. Hopefully that won't crash. I wonder if it's just got too much space used on it. Because there's like too many logging messages or too many commits or something. Or too many archives. Let me do a file list. Or do a show log. Yeah, especially since I'm doing trace options still. I wonder if there's too much. Okay, but let's configure this. Okay, oops, and I forgot to do a delete. So I will need to do all of those commands again. Okay, so we've got a neighborship that is stuck in connect on router 3. So we'll need to figure that out. It looks like it's the iBGP neighborship. Oh, and of course, because the device is rebooting. So right now I'm just on my phone because I gotta wait for this to boot back up. I mean, I suppose I could do stuff. Okay, so we're back online. Let's see if the, it looks like configuration did save because we've got the host name still changed. So yep, everything looks good. Let's see if that, oops, so the routing subsystem is not running. What the heck? I've never seen that before. So I'm hoping it'll come up eventually, like it will start to, so it's not responding to management requests. It looks like it is running now because it's no longer saying that it's not running. So I'm kind of assuming that it is running. Perfect. Now it is for sure running and responding to management. Sometimes it can take a while for it to come up, especially if you don't have passive configured on one side. It takes longer. But we can certainly verify the configs and then recheck. That's probably a better use of time than just watching it try and fail. Okay, so the configs look good. Really nothing that complicated. So let's try pinging. Okay, so here's the problem. Oh, oh man. Okay. It's okay. I'm the only one who lives in this apartment. The aerosols will go away with the filters. All right. So it's probably up now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it just takes a while sometimes, especially if you don't have it properly configured with a passive side. Okay, so we've got everything looks pretty good. So the following steps shows how to configure per packet load balancing. Define load balancing policy by including one or more policy statements at the edit policy options hierarchy level, defining an action of load balance per packet. Apply the policy to routes exported from the routing table to the forwarding table. To do this, include the forwarding table and export statements. You cannot apply the export policy to VRF instances. Specify all next hops of that route if more than one exists when allocating a label corresponding to a route that is being advertised. Configure the routing options hash key for MPLS to include the MPLS payload. In this example, okay, so they do give you the topology. Device R1 is in AS65000 and is connected to both device R2 and device R3, which are in 65001. This example shows the configuration on device R1. BGP load balancing shows the topology used in this example. Okay, so let's check the differences between what they have and what I have. So one thing I notice is that they do not have any routes being advertised over. So let's take a look at the verification steps. So it says on router 1 to look at a particular route. Okay, so the route it says to look at is this here we go. It's this route right here. So we're going to need to add that to our eBGP advertisements. Right now we're just not advertising anything. So let's do that. I know how to do that quite well. Okay, so now hopefully on router 1, we will get a different story here. So we're going to need to wait for an update packet to be sent. We might be able to force one, but I think it typically takes a while for them to be sent sometimes. Okay, so I think at this point it's safe to say that something went wrong. So I never specified the mask, so it gave me a /32. Okay, so there we go. That's it without being load balanced. So let's look at, or without being redundantly advertised. So let's redundantly advertise it, and we will see what it looks like when it is redundantly advertised but not load balanced, and then we'll see what the difference is after we enable load balancing. Cut this video, try to start one. I don't know, it might be too late by that time, to be honest. Oh man, yeah, one topic a day is just breakneck pace, but I need to do it that fast. But it is a killer pace. But it's a killer exam. I mean, it's just, this is the top level, you know, 4-year degree, master's degree level of this niche subject. Okay, so now we can see what it looks like. We've got it via 2 different next hops, but we have selected this as the active route, and it was also the last active route is why it's got to start, because it is both the active route and it was previously the active route. So this is the route it's selected, but we want it to use both of those routes. We want to load balance, so let's add those extra commands. And the commands are going to be added on router 1. Okay, and in addition to that, we're going to need a policy option to match the routes we want load balance, and then load balance them per packet. And then we're going to need to export that, add that policy as an export policy to the forwarding table. Okay, so aha, so now we can see how it has changed. So I'm gonna take this here. I'm gonna put it in here, if I may. Yep, and okay, and then move this over to the other view, and then take the before picture here, and then we'll look at them side by side. You can see this one. Oh, I'm missing. I don't need that. So you can see this is, oops, let's collapse that. Okay, so you can see this is 6 lines long, this is 7 lines long, so this is after enabling that multipath statement, this is before. So we can see when you enable it, you get an extra line. That line is here, it's inserted after the statement for the active route. And one thing that's interesting is it's just inserted for the active route, not for the backup route. But you can see now we have 2 different next hops. That's something we did not have before enabling multipath and setting up a policy to match this route here, this /30 route, and then load balance per packet and apply that to routing options forwarding table. Before we did that, we just had one next hop, but after, we have two next hops. Okay, and the load balancing is going to be happening per packet. So I'm just wondering if because it's load balancing, I'll be able to catch it at some point using that other next hop. But I don't think that's how it works. I think it's just per packet. I've only got probably 10 minutes left. So I think, unfortunately, stopping this video and starting a new topic, I would only get 5-10 minutes to look at that new topic. So I'm just going to be picking up that new topic in the next video, the after work video. Then maybe just doing another marathon video and getting all the way through that. Hopefully it's something easier. Okay, so let's take a look at the Wireshark captures, because I just want to get a better sense of what that load balancing is doing. Okay, so we'll sniff both of these links. All right, and then we'll start a ping. And we will hopefully see the traffic load balanced, so we'll get ICMP traffic showing up on both of the Wireshark captures. Although right now I see that ICMP traffic is not showing up over both of them. In fact, it's only showing up over one of them. God damn it. Ah, you're supposed to do it per packet. What the heck? Did I not apply the policy properly? So load bal, L-O-A-D-B-A-L, L-O-A-D-B-A-L. Yep, it's a /30. Load bal, and load balance per packet, yeah. /30 exact, yeah. Well, let me try the filtering statement they had in the lab. If I may, it looks like I may not. That is rejected. Here we go. So they had a different route filter on this one here. So let's try that one instead. It's just going to allow for more matches than mine. Okay, so now hopefully we'll see some ping traffic across both captures, although I think one of the captures stopped capturing. Nope, it's still capturing. We can still see some TCP keep alives, BGP keep alives. But yep, sure enough, it is not, or at least as far as I understand, load balancing. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, these are the replies. Yeah, so request reply. So let's do filter out on the requests. So yep, the requests are all sourcing from the same address, and it in fact is not load balancing. Okay, so I've got about 5 minutes left, so I'm actually really curious what the heck is going on. Yeah, working. Okay, so I might need to include these statements. I'll try that. And it did mention that in my help doc. It just didn't give a good explanation of what that meant. Okay, so we're still capturing packets. But yep, I just don't understand enough about what is going on to have my intuitions be relevant, really. Kind of got irrelevant intuitions because I thought it would load balance. It would each packet would go over a different link, but that does not appear to be what is going on. Okay, well, I think this is going to be it for this topic. I just got to move on. And I got the thing to happen, which was having it show up. So if I go to the verification steps down here, having it show up so that there is another next hop, we can see I got that to happen. I just don't know. I just expected it to load balance, but perhaps I have a different understanding of what it means when it is load balanced. And it is in fact load balancing right now. So, but we're gonna have to leave that mystery up to Sherlock Holmes to solve. I will be marking this complete, so I will do that right now. Here's the notes file. So unfortunately, this went into a third video, but that's okay. So let me mark it complete though, before stop. If I may, looks like I may not. Okay, so the next topic is going to be BGP path attributes. That one I think I can go a little bit faster on. My 961 series, I think, did that justice. But what we'll do is we'll do the help apropos, then we'll rewrite the treasure trove script, pull back the treasure trove of help information, and find something that will that looks like it would be a really good lab to go through for BGP attributes as part of BGP path selection. Okay, so thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.